biggest money in the world already knows what's coming. They're cued into it or clued into it. And I think that I think the probability of something along these lines happening is greater than it's ever been. I never even thought about this.
Investors in precious metals and many other types of assets are understandably tired of the constant fluctuations of today's economy. Many people worry about issues related to the stock market and worry every time they see their assets lose value. These investors often worry about such shocks and look to physical gold, silver, and other precious metals as a possible response to hedge against the volatility and inflation. Unlike paper money and stocks, physical precious metals like gold and silver are resistant to inflation because they derive their value differently than paper money. Rather, gold is valuable due to its rarity and many modern uses. Gold can be made into jewelry, commemorative coins, bars, etc. Gold is also intrinsically valuable as the metal is highly conductive, making it an instrument for countless industrial and electronic applications. Another important reason for their continued wealth and success is the symbolic value of gold. In today's video, we will tell you why Andy Schectman believes that the next phase of silver and gold bull run will be huge. But before we get into the video, make sure you subscribe to our channel and press that bell icon to never miss an update.
Over the last 3 years, they've printed more currency than the entire history of the United States before it. They have blown up the asset prices incredibly by all of this money at the lowest interest rates in human history.
In the past 3 years, the U.S. Federal Reserve has printed more currency than the entire history of the United States before they blew up asset prices. Incredibly, for all that money at the lowest interest rates in human history, it ends up in stocks, bonds, and real estate, where distortions and misallocations in capital resources have not created a price discovery, where houses can double or triple in a year, where stock portfolios can double or triple in a year, where cryptocurrencies can multiply for 10. Everyone feels rich in this environment. Now, inflation has become a big problem, and the Fed will not do anything about it. Russia, China, India, South Africa are the largest producers and accumulators of gold in the world. When we talk about the digital yuan, which has now been in beta testing for 4 years to the tune of almost 20 billion transactions. Every country on planet Earth has had dollars for the last 50 years to buy oil, creating a synthetic demand for the dollar, create what is called the petrodollar. Most of these countries, despised by the West, have no intention or desire to own us. Dollars, but were forced to buy oil. The dollar becomes hot potato. The dollar begins to fall for a nation. The price crashes, the dollar sells off globally as it no longer needs to be held for energy settlement, and it loses value precipitously as it is sold. Other countries will continue to be untouched by the falling dollar. All those collapsed dollars are coming home. You have to have massively higher interest rates to make up for the loss in purchasing power. Stocks, bonds, and real estate are inversely correlated with a massive increase in interest rates that the Fed doesn't want to mess with. There is no single currency on the planet that can compete with the dollar. No economy can compete with the dollar, and this economy has been manipulated by keeping interest rates low and increasing the Federal Reserve balance from $800 billion to $9 trillion. JP Morgan paid a $920 million fine to the Justice Department for manipulating the market, amazing the largest physical position in the metal the world has ever seen. They have amazed over 1.1 billion ounces of silver and over 35 million ounces of gold by paying this fine, and are still allowed to be the administrative SLV, the world's largest silver trust. Gold and silver are excellent investment options for almost any diversified portfolio. These assets are known to be large stores of value, often experiencing price increases even in times of poor market conditions and economic uncertainty. Whether you invest in gold, silver, or a combination of the two, it's important to use safer assets to keep your investment portfolio balanced and protect you from risk. Also, regardless of which direction you take, it is important to research and understand the assets you are investing in. After all, it's never a good idea to blindly invest your money in an asset, even one you think is safe.
Do you think there's any wonder that JP Morgan, while paying a $920 million fine to the Justice Department for manipulating the market, has accumulated the largest physical position of metal the world has ever seen? Do you think there's any coincidence? In fact, they've accumulated over 1.1 billion ounces of silver and over 35 million ounces of gold while paying this fine, and they're still allowed to be the administrator of the world's largest silver trust, SLV.
That's all for today. Let us know your views in the comment section below, and don't forget to like this video before leaving. Thanks for watching.